If you are ever faced with a situation where you need to file for workers' compensation, you might think it's a pretty straightforward process, right? Well, you would be surprised at some of the complexities and potential landmines that could face you. Catherine Stone from Barbas Law is back to walk us through. I gotta say, I thought workers' comp, okay, you filed, you get your money, you know, move along. Not the case.
Well, technically, workers' compensation in the state of Florida is self-executing, which means it should flow along without any hiccups. But there are nuances in the law. There's things that injured workers don't know about, and sometimes things just don't play out the way that they should, which is why a lot of times I'm getting phone calls because things are not going the way they want them. They don't understand the system, or they aren't getting paid and they want to know why. The first thing that happens is after you've had the accident, make sure your employer files a notice of injury. Your employer is required to report accidents on the job to the state of Florida. And I just had a phone call yesterday where the gentleman was complaining that he had had an accident and his employer was refusing to report the accident and wanted him to use his private health insurance. That's one reason we get involved, is we'll try to go out and make sure that we can get that compensable. And you have a time frame to file that report of injury. Sometimes people may say, oh, well, I had an accident on the job, but I'm okay. And then they realize a couple of days later, or maybe a week later, this is a lot worse than I thought it was. You have 30 days, longer in other certain circumstances, but usually 30 days to file a report to your employer. Now, certain employers may have a policy you have to report it that same day or immediately after the accident, but technically by law you have 30 days. Could be longer in other situations.
Well, I like that we're breaking down these nuances because it sounds like there's quite a few of them. The timely manner being the first one. And then I'm assuming people are like expecting as soon as you file, you get a check in the mail.
Right. People assume I have my accident, and then they'll start calling me saying, I had my accident 4 or 5 days ago. I'm supposed to be paid my regular wages. What's happening? I'm not getting paid and I have bills. There is a 7-day waiting period for your disability benefits if you have restrictions from your doctor that keep you from being able to do your full-time job. And in order to be paid for that first 7 days, you actually have to have those disability restrictions for 21 days. And then they go back and pay you that 7 days. So you're not getting paid immediately after your accident, and that's something a lot of my clients have a hard time understanding. But I'm there to help them in the sense of there is a nuance in the law that a lot of people are not aware of, which we may be able to apply for a $2,000 advance to help them get through those first couple of weeks or months after the accident. You can apply for a $2,000 advance if you've had your injury causes loss of earnings as a result of your disability restrictions. And so a lot of people don't know that. So that's a way we kind of help keep our clients above water and keep paying their bills. And the other thing that clients really need to understand, especially in the beginning, is they may go to a doctor and, you know, they're being a hothead and like, I don't like that doctor. You get to change doctors only one time per accident. So it's very important before you make any changes with your doctors that you consult with an attorney to maybe determine, is that the best course of action for your case?
Wow, there's like quite a few things that you put in there, and again, having someone on your side would definitely help you navigate those waters.
And that's what we're there for. We not only just pursue claims against the employer carrier when they're not providing a benefit, we also monitor and manage the file and help you make those kinds of decisions.
Well, thank you. As always, we appreciate your tips. And if you have any questions about your rights, all you have to do is go to barbaslaw.com/knowyourrights.